Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is all about booking flights and how to get the best deals.
One website that I love using and I've used for over 10 years is Skyscanner. So if you click this link here, it'll take you straight through the search bar. And how this works is it basically is a search engine, like a Google for flights. So let's just pretend you are from, let's say, Miami. You put in Miami here, put in Medellin, and then you will put in the date you want to leave. So let's just say you want to go 1st of July here. Return date, maybe let's say you want to go for a week, and then we want one traveler. And then it's going to bring up all the options and the prices and which airline and the stops. So basically all the info you need to make a educated decision and also book a flight. We have 549 results from Miami to Medellin for a week from those two dates, yeah? So if you want to look, these are the airlines it'll show here. Avianca, obviously there's a lot of flights. We have some LATAM, and then it will tell you the time that it's leaving and the time that it's arriving. It'll tell you the total time the flight takes. So you can see on this one, it's 3 hours and 25 minutes. And also it'll tell you if it's direct or not, right? Some flights, they will stop off and it will take longer, but sometimes they're cheaper. So if you really don't want to stop anywhere, this doesn't really make a difference from Miami to Medellin. Looks like most of them are straight up. But for example, here, from Medellin on the way back, it takes 6 hours and 20 minutes rather than 3 hours and 46 minutes, almost double the time, because it's stopping in Bogota. If you don't want to do that, what you should do is go up here, untick this and untick this, so it's only going to search direct flights. So now you see everything is a direct flight. Some other things that work here are the departure times. For example, if you don't want to leave and have your flight like 7 a.m. in the morning, because remember, if it's a international flight, you have to be there 3 hours early. So 7 a.m. flight means you're going to be there 4 a.m. This is a common mistake that many people make, and then they hate themselves in the morning for it. So if you don't want to leave too early, you can push your flight here, like the earliest you want to do is maybe like 10 a.m. so you can be at the airport at 7 a.m. Same with the return flight, you can do that as well. And then it will take out all the ones, it'll search again and take out. So see, we have all really nice flight times here.
By the way, guys, this is a module from our course, Medellin Made Easy. If you want more information on that, then just click the link in the description.
Doing it like this on your normal web browser is fine the first time you do it. But what these flight airlines do is they use a thing called a cookie to track your search history. So they know, okay, this person has been on this website and he searched for this flight before. If I go back with this same browser 2 days later, there's a chance the price could have gone up. That's how they make a bit extra money, because they know you do some research first and then later you buy the flight. A way to get around this is you will open up a incognito browser. Incognito means they don't track where you're logging in from. It's basically like hidden. So you can do that and then you're going to get the original flight price, not the jacked up price.
There's a lot of discussion around this online. Some people say this is the way to do it. Some people say this doesn't make a difference. This article that I found states that Consumer Reports studied this myth back in 2016, and they found that the incognito browser produced a cheaper flight roughly 7% of the time, but it also produced a more expensive flight 5% of the time. So judging by these reports, we can say that if you spend an extra couple minutes doing the search, there's a 7% chance that you might save some money.
Then, if you want to buy a flight, you would just go select. It's going to take you through to some other things. These are basically travel agencies, online travel agencies that will book the flight for you on your behalf. And some of them often are even cheaper than the airline. So you see here, Avianca is the airline, $705. But through these partner programs, look, you can get for $612, almost $100 you're saving. I personally would not go with something this bad with 1.5 stars. I have used Kiwi before. Kiwi I've used many times successfully with no issues. But probably the ones like, for example, I'd probably just book straight with Avianca rather than take the risk on this dodgy company in case anything happens with cancellation and you want to get your money back. That could be an issue, and it's much easier if you go straight to the airline. But anyway, all the flight details are here, and then you would just click this. For example, let's click Kiwi for argument's sake. We click Kiwi, it's going to take you over there, and then it's going to tell you the details of your price, and then you can just go down, put your details in, and you can book. One thing that you need to check with all these flights are that the price that it's showing you, $702 there, return, sometimes does not include any baggage at all. So we need to look what does this include? Here we have personal item. You'll be able to add additional baggage in the next step. Okay, so this only includes one, backpack, maximum 7 kilos, and that's the one that you got to keep underneath your seat. If you want even a carry-on item, you know, the one you put in the stowaway, or a checked baggage item, you have to pay more. So these flights that they search for you are the cheapest, most basic ones without any add-ons. So that brings me to the next point that I have here. Check airlines to see their baggage policy. For example, Avianca showed up, right? But there's also flights from LATAM. If they're similar in price, so we see this one is $518 and this one is $452, we need to check what do they include, because this one might be $518 Avianca with a bag included, or LATAM might be $452, but $50 for an extra carry-on bag and $100 for another bag. And once you've factored those things in, this one might actually be more expensive. So what you want to do is you want to Google, like for example, Avianca baggage fees, baggage policies here. It'll show you here all the details and the information. Personal item, carry-on baggage, and checked baggage. Each airline has different requirements. For example, this carry-on bag, I've seen some airlines only allow you to have 7 kilos, and some, like Avianca here, gives you 10 kilos. Also, I've seen checked baggage range between 20 and 25 kilos. Here, you get 23 kilos. So just make sure you have checked with your airline what you're allowed to bring, because sometimes, depending on how strict they are, they can sting you a lot of money if you're overweight, first of all, and less rarely if you're over in size. But usually the thing you need to make sure is that your weight is under how much they're giving you. The next thing you need to do is check in online to avoid additional fees. This is one that I actually got caught with about 2 years ago when I went to Peru. I never knew about this. What happens is, now that there's online check-in available for basically every airline, some airlines will charge you a fee if you go to the counter before your flight and you check in with them. Not much, but it could be 15, 20, 25 bucks. Enough that it's annoying. I highly recommend, as soon as the online check-in is available, check in, get the boarding pass, and then you'll avoid any potential fees. So next tip for you for booking flights is the need for an exit flight. As part of the Colombian immigration rules, every visitor must show an exit flight to the airline before they're allowed to board the plane. Whether or not they enforce this is a different story. A few months ago when I was flying back from Mexico, they checked and I didn't have one, so I had to sit in the airport and book a flight. But when I came back from Bolivia, like 2 months ago, they didn't check at all. So next I want to talk about the timing of your flights. And no one really thinks about this, but it can be very, very annoying if you stuff this up. Think about this. If you book a flight at 7 a.m. and it's 3 hours to get to Medellin from Miami, and you get here at 10 a.m., where are you going to check in? Most hotels and Airbnbs, they only let you check in at like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. even, some of them. So you're just going to have to be wandering the streets or go to a cafe or co-work and just wait around. So this is why I personally like to book flights that arrive around 12, 1, 2, 3. Not super early in the morning, so I don't have to kill too many hours. And this also applies on the other side of the thing. Like when you're leaving Medellin or leaving any place, you don't want to have a flight that leaves at like 10 p.m. because then also you have to check out of your hotel. Most places allow you to check out about 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Then what are you going to do for the 8 hours with your suitcase and luggage and all those kind of things? You probably have to, once again, go to a cafe, restaurant, buy stuff, wait around until your flight is ready to leave. So I like to book those flights around 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, sometime in the morning so that I can wake up, get ready, and then get straight to the airport.
So now you know how to get the best deal on flights. What's next? You need some travel insurance, right? If you want to learn all about that, then watch this video here.